Hi everybody, welcome to Wednesday's show. If you're like myself and was in the downtown Sagersville area today, you may have just seen a brief shower, and a light one for the most part at that. But like some other folks in other parts of the county, some serious hail, thunderstorms, and the like. No reports of any serious damage as of yet, but it was a different story depending on where you were, a result of a cold front that is still having an effect on our current conditions and our forecast, and I'll update you on that in just a few moments. A common thread tonight, just as happenstance would have it, in tonight's main headlines. We'll cover the Johnson County Fiscal Court meeting from night before last, as well as the Paintsville City Council. Often they have similar schedules for a few of the items on the agenda. In this particular case, it's going to be tourism, and it's going to be ATV trails that we'll talk about, as well as a few other important topics. And another report actually coming from some friends of ours over in Johnson County, a ribbon cutting ceremony where they hope to promote a little tourism on their farm as well. And I'll, again, have your updated forecast, an updated calendar, and more in just a few moments. Banking from home or on the go has never been easier, and will forever be an important and necessary part of life. And Sagersville National has been and will always be at the forefront of meeting and exceeding your financial needs, and giving you the safest and most worry-free online and mobile banking so you can worry about the important things, like what's for dinner. They're there when you need them at the main and branch locations of the Sagersville National Bank. The reassurance of getting your medications and over-the-counter needs at Sagersville's oldest and most trusted pharmacy, the convenience of curbside pickup and call-ahead service, and the fact that you can walk in, order to go, or sit down and get gourmet quality hot fudge brownies, nachos, shakes, coffees, hot dogs with homemade sauce, desserts, and more makes it more than your hometown Good Neighbor Pharmacy. It's a destination in downtown Sagersville, Fraser's Prater Drugstore. It doesn't get any sweeter than that.
Are you tired of the same old cell phone? Want a new phone, but really don't want to pay the hundreds of dollars up front for it? Appalachian Wireless has a deal for you. Get the phone you actually want instead of settling for a cheaper phone with the Appalachian Advantage Plan. Instead of paying $600 or more for the best phone, simply pay the taxes up front and then a few bucks a month more on your monthly bill. Stop by your local Appalachian Wireless store or dealer today for more information. It's the better, simpler way to pay. And it's called the Appalachian Advantage because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
I'm Kelly Collins.
And I'm Taylor Shepard.
And we are with the Golden Law Office. We both began our legal careers in Lexington, representing the nation's largest insurance companies. This experience provided us with inside knowledge as to how the insurance company will defend your case.
We are now taking that knowledge and returning to our hometown in Eastern Kentucky.
As a partner at Golden Law Office, we are returning home to continue to help those hurt through no fault of their own. If you or a family member have been injured in an auto or truck accident, call Golden Law Office today.
Hello, I'm Dr. Cheryl Stalder-Cheney, podiatrist currently located in Sagersville, Kentucky. I've been servicing patients within Eastern Kentucky for the past 20 years.
Our feet are the foundation for everything we do, and whether you're suffering from fractures or injuries, need custom orthotics, diabetic foot care, sports medicine, heel pain, wound care, or anything else foot-related, relief is just one step away.
Welcome to Hope Family Podiatry Center, where we take care of all of your podiatric needs.
Located on the Parkway next to Hope Pediatrics. I'll go ahead and start tonight with coverage of the Johnson County Fiscal Court meeting from earlier in the week and a couple of main topics that we will discuss. First off, what had been known, I think by and large, as the Kentucky Mountain Regional Recreation Authority, the first Frontier Trail organization, as it's now been dubbed, I do believe. It involves 19 counties thus far, a regional ATV trail organization that includes Johnson, Magoffin, Martin, and a host of other eastern Kentucky counties. Judge Mark McKenzie on the Johnson County Fiscal Court, or with the Judge Mark McKenzie and Johnson with Johnson County Judge Executive Mark McKenzie announcing that this year Johnson and Martin County will jointly host their meeting on the 27th of this month, 1 o'clock at the Big Sandy Regional Airport. They will be discussing anything and everything associated with this push to have miles and miles of ATV trails and, of course, other recreation in Eastern Kentucky. That meeting is open to the public. He referred to this as a growing opportunity for anyone to see and hear what's going on with the planning of the trails. He also, on the same topic, asked the court for approval of renting space in the now dubbed 342 building, the old sheriff's office in Johnson County, to the Kentucky Johnson County Trail Town Committee to help further those efforts.
The trail activity in all areas is really picking up. But a few weeks ago, there was a signing of land leases by two of our local property owners here in Johnson County to lease their property for purposes of establishing an ATV trail. I did not realize, I have to be honest, at the time that it happened, and Laura Pack explained to me afterwards, that again, it's a 19 county regional effort to establish ATV trails. We know it obviously provides recreation, but it also provides a lot of economic opportunity. But by these two property owners willing to commit to these leases of their properties, they were the first two property owners in all of the 19 counties that made that commitment. So we're very pleased with the fact that they see the value in the trail system and establishing a trail system. And that's just one small piece. We know that the Trail Towns Committee works with all trails: water, hiking, walking, biking, horseback riding, all of them. But they're going to be having meetings with landowners, more landowners in our county. And so I think it's appropriate that they would have a place that they could meet with folks to talk about the opportunities that trail towns can have here in this community. Laura Pack has been the catalyst for Trail Towns Committee for some time, and she is our representative on for Johnson County on the Regional Authority Board, and works really hard. They are our Trail Towns folks are a volunteer organization that spend their time in helping to improve our opportunities for trails and economically. And so I would like to have approval to offer them a office to work out of in the 342 building going forward, because we think that we're just on the cusp of a lot of good things when it comes to our trails.
McKinsey referencing as an example, if you will, that just announced a few weeks ago $4.3 million to pave the first 24 miles, 2/3 of the Dawkins Trail here in Johnson and Magoffin counties. He also spoke briefly of the flood risk management project for Johnson County, Paintsville, the flood wall, and everything else that will include, the multi-million-dollar project, which is now said to include the repair and or replacement of 14,000 feet of storm sewer lines in Paintsville. The Johnson County Fiscal Court agreed to advertise for bids for that project. And the court also agreed to enter into a memorandum of agreement with the Mountain Comprehensive Care Center for what is being called the Johnson County Opportunity Center.
A lot of times I'll refer back to 2019, 2020, and when the county and the city partnered to do a community strategic plan, where we sought input from the community on what they would like us to focus efforts on for the community. We had 1,500 plus surveys that responded to that, and that created kind of a guidebook for us to continue to seek opportunities. And so we now are in a position to be able to move forward providing assistance to individuals who have trouble overcoming challenges, whether it be with connection to services is, I guess, the best way that I could describe it to you. We, through the last year or so of trying to address the needs that people have to connecting to services, we found out that there needs to be a point of contact and advocacy for folks. Not everybody has the ability to overcome their own challenges. They need help. They need connection services. They need advocacy. And we've worked hard to try to determine a solution for this. And this memorandum agreement is with the Johnson County Fiscal Court and Mountain Comprehensive Care. And that's exactly what they intend to do with this memorandum agreement, is to provide services to individuals who may be who are needing to be connected to services for emergency sheltering, for transitional housing, for food, for job placement, behavioral health, or medical services, The list goes on and on. We've even had situations right down to where folks have simply needed help trying to figure out how to get an ID. And maybe that seems very simple, to a lot of people, but sometimes that's a challenge that folks don't know how to overcome. They maybe don't know where to go to get that, nor do they have that advocate that helps them walk through that process of even getting an ID. Because we all know, there's certain core basic things you have to have in order to kind of manage life, and IDs and job placement and those type of things. Permanent housing are all things that folks need to provide stability in their lives.
And after some brief discussion, the court did approve the lease or purchase of the space at 501 Jefferson Avenue. That purchase agreement with that property to partner with the Mountain Comprehensive Care Center to operate the Johnson County Opportunity Center, as you heard described. It's expected to employ 9 people, open on November the 1st, and will serve by acting as a bridge to help anyone experiencing homelessness to find a successful path to permanent housing and other services as well. We know that the layout of the 3-story former hotel building turned apartment building that is going to be used will provide the opportunity, says McKenzie, for non-congregate emergency sheltering, transitional housing, and veteran housing for all individuals regardless of gender or family size. The city of Paintsville and other local agencies, he also noted, have agreed to partner with the county for future support of this project. Johnson County has been experiencing an above-average rate of homelessness over the recent year, and by putting this solution in place, the community as a whole, they say, will greatly benefit. I don't think there are any communities in eastern Kentucky, or probably elsewhere, which aren't seeing an increased number in their homeless. With that said, the Paintsville City Council, which met in their normal time frame just shortly thereafter, also discussed ATV trails and a couple of quick things, and we'll cover that in just a few seconds.
As meth, heroin, and fentanyl have literally exploded, there's not a single person hearing this that hasn't seen a family member or friend overdose or die, or hasn't seen their loved ones' meth-covered faces, knowing that their lives are being destroyed by some dealer who could care less. In just the past 8 years, I have taken 400 cases to state and federal courts. And my cases have led to 530 indictments. Every one of these cases have been successfully prosecuted with lengthy prison sentences. Many of my cases were adopted into the federal court system for the purpose of identifying and prosecuting the suppliers bringing this poison into our counties. As a result, we have been able to document well over 1,500 pounds of meth, heroin, and fentanyl that have been stopped from entering into our area. That's the law enforcement I want to bring to Magoffin County. That's the law enforcement we must have in Magoffin County. If we cut it off at the top, the rest will follow. Less thefts and overall crimes, less deaths, and less destroyed lives and families, and fewer children who are being taken out of their homes to be raised somewhere else. On day one, I will utilize my connections with Operation Unite, the DEA, ATF, and FBI, and with federal prosecutors to work jointly to aggressively combat our war on drugs. I have nearly 34 years of extensive training and experience in law enforcement. I'm a retired Kentucky State Police trooper and held many positions: senior trooper, detective, administrative sergeant, squad sergeant, and detective sergeant at Pikeville and the Drug Enforcement Section. And I am currently the narcotics investigator at the Johnson County Sheriff's Office. State law says anyone can be sheriff with absolutely no training or experience required and do nothing but collect taxes. You only have to win an election. But I know that now more than ever what we need is the exact opposite. A fair, hard-working, understanding, sensible, and most certainly qualified sheriff is what we need. And with your support, I promise to give everyone in Magoffin County exactly that. Please join my efforts and be a part of a positive change and vote for Bill Meade, Republican candidate for Magoffin County Sheriff. Thank you very much.
In covering this week's Paintsville City Council meeting in brief tonight, Paintsville Mayor Bill Mike Runyon also, as was in the fiscal court referenced the 14,000 linear feet of storm sewer line repair and replacement part of the flood risk management project, the multi-million-dollar project, which will have a serious impact on Paintsville and Johnson County residents.
Now, what this is going to do is going to be no cost to the city whatsoever, and the Army Corps of Engineers is going to come in here and do that work because it's going to be part of the 202 grant that we got for the floodplain project. That is huge for this city. It's feet of storm sewer lines. The city is thankful for this opportunity as a result of the flood wall project to provide great benefit to our businesses and residents by making improvements to the storm sewer at no cost to the city. And that comment was by Mayor Runyon, sitting here in front of you. That is a huge amount.
Perhaps not quite as huge, but moving on to other still very important business. The City Council agreed to accept $56,000 in discretionary funding from the state for blacktopping, resurfacing throughout the city limits of Paintsville. They also officially set trick-or-treat for October the 31st, Halloween, from 6 to 8. And more coverage to come in just a few moments. Ribbon-cutting ceremony for a new recreational spot in Johnson County. A lot of you are going to know these folks who have been revamping a portion of their farm for just this, and I'll have that in a moment. Right now, let's go on over to tonight's Magoffin Farm Bureau Community Calendar. This just in, and including Johnson, Martin, Magoffin, and Pike counties, the Regional Interagency Council, which meets monthly and has all the area agencies for the Big Sandy region in attendance, has a goal to help the area youth and families with services and assistance with needs. They apply for grants and they work on projects such as flood relief and suicide prevention, grandparent caregiver support, and much, much more. This event is for flood relief, and they're providing free laundry services, soap, food, resources, snacks as well. I think Humana, Aetna will also have tables set up. And this is coming up this Friday. Now, this is day after tomorrow, from 10 in the morning till 5 in the evening, hosting a free laundry event at the Wash Tub at Highland Plaza in Prestonsburg. Again, 3 free wash cycles, laundry soap, snacks provided, a great way to get caught up on your laundry. Flood Relief Laundry Day, as it's been dubbed. If you have any questions, give them a call at 506-5274. I will put this on tomorrow's calendar as well and remind you then. Probably don't need to remind you, but I'm going to. And what a weather day we're looking to have for the 4th Annual Walnut Festival. Family fun with a petting zoo, face painting, food vendors, the car show, much, much more. I've got a schedule for you now. I just got it in. Don't have it on screen, but we'll post that tomorrow. Don Rigsby, Black Powder Express, the Evans Brothers, and some other entertainment to be there. Also this weekend, Magoffin Countyan, now Georgetownian, who sells cars there, but is wanting to, along with some other folks, raise money for flood relief. William Cleek at Georgetown Auto Sales. They're having a big car and truck show this Saturday, 2 till 8, in front of Dave's Blazing Barbecue. They hope to see you there. And proceeds from the food, I think, some of them are going to help flood relief here in Eastern Kentucky. Don't forget Halloween Town open every night, 4 to 9:30. And don't forget the Jam Fest coming up. So all dancers can be a part of that this Saturday and then dance during the Thriller performance on Thursday the 27th for Sayersville's Spooktacular Oktoberfest.
Hi, I'm Lindsay Warman.
Hi, I'm Melly Rosner.
And we're here with the HWMS Gifted and Talented taught by Jerica Conley.
We're here to talk about the Dance Jam.
The Dance Jam is a dance camp where you will come in and learn a dance taught by the MCHS dance team.
Registration is 8:30, Saturday, October 15th, and you learn the dance from 9 o'clock to noon.
The registration fee is $25, and anyone ages Head Start through 8th can come and learn.
Everyone who participates will perform at the Thriller October 27th and after the Sayersville Spectacular.
You can come dress up as a zombie or whatever you may like and dance in the street with the high school dance team.
We hope to see everyone there.
And I love the laugh at the end. And whenever you've got an announcement, phone, fax, email, Facebook, however you can get it to me. We'll tell everyone about it. I think we only have one other announcement this evening as we turn to obituaries tonight. The services which have now been set, as I understand, for Sandra Sue Hobby. Services to take place this Friday at 2 o'clock. The Magoffin County Funeral Home in charge of arrangements telling me that Sandra Sue Bailey Fletcher, 80 of Sagersville, passed away the 11th at Manor Nursing Home and Rehab Center in Painesville Mountain Manor, survived by her sons Keith and Kenny Fletcher, 4 grandkids, and 2 great-grandchildren. Graveside services this Friday at 2 o'clock at the Highland Memorial Park in Staffordsville. Friends can visit the funeral home that morning starting at 11 until 1 o'clock. It was true last week, true this week, it'll be true next week. There's always new arrivals, and now they're for fall at the seasonal shop. They've got new fall shorts and more coming in soon, but they're already fully stocked on cello jeans and cutoffs, and they're now carrying Hornet football, hats, tees, and sweatshirts just in time for the season, and all proceeds go to the Magoffin County Quarterback Club, plus new Ridge and Holler designs, some that need no explanation, and a complete new line of fall baby clothes. And remember, they have baby and wedding registry. They also have a new line by Capri Blue where fashion meets fragrance. Amazingly pleasing scents across a line of candles, diffusers, soaps, lotions, and perfumes for home, car, and the bath. And do yourself a favor and don't even think about looking anywhere else for fall decorations inside and out before you stop by Frazier's Prater Drugs Seasonal Shop. As quick as one arrives, it feels like the next is already about to begin. And Conley Tire doesn't want you to start any of the driving seasons unprepared. Be safe and sound and get there with the best offers on the best tires by the best manufacturers. All with service you've grown to trust. Go to conleytire.net or stop by in Staffordsville to find out more. Or give them a call at 297-2424.
Car wrecks, truck wreck, disability, workers' comp, slip and fall, wrongful death. Your case matters to you.
Your case matters to us. Contact McFarland Tinker Law Office. With our combined experience of over 58 years, we're here ready to work for you.
Parkway Pharmacy, as always, promises the quickest service with the very best care and prices, and to always have someone there to talk to when you have a question. With 3 pharmacists, curbside, drive-through, and call-ahead service. Parkway Pharmacy in Sagersville, 349-4400.
Where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
In all honesty, it has taken me since I was appointed mayor after Stanley Hurd suddenly resigned 11 years ago for the city's finances and operations to recover. There was literally $13,000 in the bank when it took $100,000 a month to operate. The waterworks was almost $300,000 in debt, and the power company was actually in the process of cutting off the electricity to the plant. Since then, we have a full-time police force, and they and our fire department have the vehicles and equipment they need to protect our families. I'm very proud of the job I've done, of how our city looks, our streets, our city park and buildings. And I know that every single cent during my administration has been accounted for and invested into Sayersville. And with a sincere gratitude for your support and help, I humbly ask you to re-elect me, James Pete Shepard, as your mayor. Thank you.
Courtesy of some of the family who was there, the following coverage of a ribbon-cutting ceremony. Vicki and Payne Rice have dedicated a portion of their beautiful farm to tourism in eastern Kentucky and in Johnson County. They are actually former, I'm going to say, graduates of the Airbnb training program, which was hosted by the Johnson County Fiscal Court as of not so long ago. And with that training, they now have a campsite with, as you may hear, possibly some other amenities to come. You can find them officially on social media, Applejack Creekside Camping. A new business in Johnson County, a new purpose for a portion of the Rice's farm, and a new place to go see. They've already had their first guest, looking for many more, and this is a portion of the ribbon-cutting ceremony that was held for it over the course of the weekend, with Judge Mark McKenzie saying a few words, and very proud to see that they, as well as a lot of other Johnson Countyans and folks in the eastern Kentucky region, are seeing the real potential that tourism presents to our area and economy.
It fits right in with everything that we're doing to push our trails in Johnson County, because it's not too far from here. This where is the targeted planned trail for ATV side-by-sides in the Oil Springs area, and so it fits in great with that too. So this particular business has a lot of checks a lot of the boxes of what this community is about and what it's even going to be about going forward, because we have a lot of good days ahead of us with our businesses and with our trails and all the adventure tourism that's going to go on. But it's also good about small business. And we often think sometimes that businesses have to have multiples of employees and be impactful, but that's not always the case. We have small businesses that are very impactful in our community that don't have a lot of employees, and it's things like this that are really storybook businesses. You all both have been, you and Payne have both been successful in your careers to this point. Now you're successful in your retirement career again by putting something like that, because this is vision. I mean, this is vision, and that's what we want. We want people to have an idea, and we want it to be cultivated, and we want it to actually see it happen.
There's been many times that we have struggled about talking about things we want to do. And our son said, "You've got a beautiful farm, put a campsite on the farm." So, Payne, this was part of his hay, and he really hated to give this side up, I know. But we started it in May, thinking we could get it done in a couple of months, but due to the flood, we had trouble getting gravel, and that was our big holdup, was getting the gravel. So it took us 4 months to get it open. But anyway, it's been slow and steady, but it's, we've got some people. Laura and Paul and Susan and Roger were our first campers, and we appreciate them so much.
And we had a wonderful time.
And we took them around and showed them some other things on the farm that we're thinking about developing. So, and this can grow. We've got room for it to grow.
Again, in case you're looking or wondering, Applejack Creekside Camping. Congratulations to our friends. Tourism, it appears to be the key, whether it be ATV trails, campgrounds, and so many other things that we are seeing start to actually happen in eastern Kentucky. It's a good thing. It's a very, very good thing. A good thing is some calmer conditions weather-wise, some stormy ones earlier this afternoon as a cold front passed and tore through in some places, leaving us with a 7-day forecast that has our single coldest day to date, since last winter, in it. Here's a look at radar conditions, a loop for the last 60 minutes or so maybe. And we saw a good one, as I said, come through parts of the Ewing area, Magoffin, Johnson. Parts of them saw some good storms, some decent hail, nearly nickel size. I know that I saw some clips that I believe it was Sharon Helton, and I just confirmed it was on Lick Creek today. They got hammered compared to what we saw. It was quick and rather brief, but I mean, it had a punch to it. We're not out of the woods as of yet. You can see what's still in the mix there. Still some fuel left to this. Be a cold front that will give us cooler temperatures certainly tomorrow. I mean, if you look at it, starting with this evening, we're only going to drop down to about 55 degrees tonight. Winds still out of the south, 9 to 15, 17 miles per hour on average, and a 90% chance of showers. Maybe a few thunderstorms still, and maybe a quarter to a half inch of rain for the most part for everyone for the rest of the evening. So 55 tonight, and we'll only pick up maybe 5 degrees on top of that for tomorrow's high, topping us out right around 60. We will do that with winds out of the west primarily up to 20, 21 miles per hour. So breezy, there's going to be a chill in the air, not much sun for your Thursday to start. We will see mostly cloudy skies gradually and slowly become sunny. So it's going to be chilly in the morning. There's going to be a wind. There's going to be some clouds and about a 30% chance of showers and storms up to 11 or so in the morning. Then we'll clear up. We're going to stay cool. 38 tomorrow night and about 67 for your Friday. A little fog at the onset of your Friday. Otherwise, sunny skies, still windy. Winds out of the south, southwest up to 20, 22 miles per hour. Saturday, nice, 74. Mostly sunny, as you saw. The shower chances really don't even work their way until after 9 o'clock or so it should be a beautiful day for the Walnut Festival and anything else you're doing on Saturday. Shower chances during the overnight and into your Sunday, but 30 to 40% at most. Temperatures go from almost the mid-70s on your Saturday to mid-60s on your Sunday, and look at this. Look at that, will you? Talk about another front. 57, mostly sunny, freezing that night on your Monday, and check out Tuesday. 49 for the high, 26 for the low. That's a hard freeze, a hard frost certainly. Mostly sunny, clear skies, frost, and 51 Wednesday. And that's it. It's not only Wednesday, but it's also press day, and it was just sent to our printing press in Winchester at the Winchester Sun, that being tomorrow's edition of the Sagersville Independent. Hope you have one by the time I see you next. A lot of must-sees and must-reads, a lot of local sports and other information. You can only stay informed if you're here every night and you read the Sagersville Independent. So make sure that we see you back here tomorrow night for just that. Thank you for being a part of the program.